Today I'm catching up with mayoral candidate Ann-Maree Greaney to spend 5 minutes with. Thanks for joining me.
Pleasure, Waldy. Happy to.
Well, I should say actually Councillor Ann-Maree Greaney, acting Mayor of Townsville at the moment. So you want to go from acting to being the mayor.
Yeah, I do. It's been a very interesting ride, if you want to call it that, Waldy, over the last 10 months, and being a councillor is great, really enjoy it, but stepping up into the role of deputy mayor and then acting mayor, it is a lot more strategic, and you become involved in probably, and I guess it's just the normal way to do it, in more sort of high-level discussions about where we're leading the city and where we want to be going forward. I think Townsville's a great city, livable city, and I think just talking to someone before, what we've got here is fabulous, and what we need to do now is enhance what we've got.
So do you believe you are the person to lead the council?
Yeah, absolutely I am. I've been a councillor, and it's interesting, I have been on both sides of council. I worked at Townsville City Council from 1998 through to 2009 as a special events and protocol officer there. Yep. And it was I know the fundamentals of council, and I've been involved in a lot of projects. We did the Strand opening. I mean, that was a turning point for Townsville with the opening with the opening of the Strand. And then I left in 2009, but I've always liked that local government thing, and I ran in 2012 and I was unsuccessful, and I still, it's like winning or losing a grand final. You've got to keep going, and I ran again in 2016, and I have been a councillor ever since then. So for want of a better term, when I got into council, I knew where the tea and toast room was, sort of to speak. So I knew the machination of how council works.
Yep. So we've got 9 candidates running, all as independent. So are you truly an independent?
Yeah, I've never belonged to a political party in my life. So, I did run with a team previously, and, you probably get, I guess, you hitch your horse to a certain wagon, and you get labelled that. But yeah, I've never belonged to, if someone can say to me, show me your Labor membership card or your LNP membership card, I couldn't do it. So I don't.
Well, you've currently got a seat at the table, so you do know, what's moving forward for Townsville or what's coming up. What do you believe is the most important thing for Townsville,
I think at the moment the most important thing for Townsville and probably the region is our housing crisis that we have, and looking at ways that we can help alleviate that. I have been down at the Local Government Association conference, and we've been talking about, it's not just Townsville, it's, across the state, it's the nation, this housing crisis, and what we look at doing in terms of modular housing, and on top of that, we actually have defence coming in to our city. So we have more people coming. What are we going to do in terms of that, that housing crisis situation? So I think that's one of the biggest things. There are a lot of other things, but I think that's probably one of the key ones.
And if you're unsuccessful with being the mayor, how are you going to feel if someone new comes in and they become mayor? It's like at a workplace when you've got the new worker comes in, you go, oh, come on, we've been here ages, Well,
that's an interesting question because, when the term of 2024, the new council term started, we had 6 new councillors. And I remember one councillor sort of saying to me, why are you helping me? It's like, because I don't want to see you fail. Yep. Like, we're here to represent the city. And that's probably at the core of why I do it. I love my job, and everyone who's in a job, there's pros and cons to it. But if I lose, I will be really sad. But I will certainly help the person that. There's no point in not sharing the information.
And obviously, yourself and Paul Jacob are in that situation where you're running to be mayor, but if you're not successful, you still do stay on as your councillor.
Yes, I do. Yeah,
as your division councillor.
As a division councillor for Division 3, best division in the city.
What's the best thing of the city now?
There's some really exciting stuff happening in the city. We've seen the Cowboys Leagues Club by our Ogden Street car park. There's probably a lot of things, unfortunately, that I can't sort of, because they're still sort of in confidential, and I don't want to come out and say, oh, this is happening, and then it, falls over or whatever. But yeah, some really exciting things. I announced this morning that we're looking at putting a playground in the CBD for young families, is trying to activate those sort of spaces. The CityLink building, we've got Otto's windows probably going in there. So and we've got, the building in Walker Street, looking at greening that sort of road. So yeah, just as I said, it's all about enhancing what we have already.
And what do you think about the postal vote?
Yeah, it doesn't bother me. Actually, I'm probably glad I don't have to man 40 polling booths. That's a big task to do.
Yep.
So I urge people to actually study the candidate that they want to represent the city going forward, and to make an informed decision and pop the vote back into the envelope and see what happens.
Yep. Well, Townsville City Councillor and Acting Mayor Ann-Maree Greaney and mayoral candidate, thanks for having a chat.
Thanks, Waldy. Appreciate it.